You see, Malaysia is a majority Islamic country, which means there are people of other faith in the country. We get along fine with each other. We have never had any major problem with them. We practice the teachings of the religion, which tells us that we should be tolerant of other people's faith.
But there have been attempts, though, to proselytize for particular versions of Islam. We've seen what's happened in Brunei, for example, and indeed in the Borneo portion of Malaysia, there have been a number of quite serious terrorist incidents against security forces.
Yes, there was before, but now we have very little problem there either.
So how do you think the problem should be addressed?
I think we should go to the root of this matter. People don't just get angry and do horrible things unless there is some reason. What they see is that the governments of Muslim countries have not been able to do anything about their problem, particularly with their problem over Israel, for example. So people tend to take the law into their own hands. As in modern society, we know about NGOs, non-government organizations. Non-government organizations form simply because they feel the government was not doing the things that they think should be done. And I think there is a lot of frustration in the Muslim world. Some are very extreme, some are moderate, but there is still a sense of frustration over their inability to resolve their problem.
What do you mean by the problem with Israel?
Well, this was Palestine before. It was a mandated...
So it's justifiable for IS to do what it wants because Israel exists?
No, it's not justifiable at all. It's pent-up frustration that is resulting in all this violence. Not only
but what could be done? You can't abolish the state of Israel or wipe it out, can you?
Well, Israel is no longer Israel. It's occupied the whole of Palestine. You should at least move out all those settlements there. I went to Palestine and I found that I was being checked, not by Palestinians, but by the Israelis.
So you feel that if Israel returned to the 1967 borders, for example, that would put an end to IS terrorism?
I think the Arabs generally agree to a two-state solution. I think that should be the way.
And if that happened, do you believe that that would stop the Islamic State, which after all is at the moment attacking on Muslim lands?
I know it is very unfortunate. It is not part of the teachings of Islam, but it is an expression of their frustration over something that they find themselves unable to resolve because they are up against very powerful nations.
I mean, there are those who would say that the root of IS certainly is the failure of the Arab Spring to establish proper democracy.
That contributes, yes. But the main thing is because there is a feeling that Muslims generally are being oppressed, their countries have been invaded, hundreds of thousands of their people have been bombed and killed. So how do they react to this?
What about the implementation of attitudes towards women or towards homosexuals or towards minorities, which, frankly, according to the tenets of the United Nations, for example, are unacceptable?
There are some which are unacceptable in their practices, but you must remember that other people have other values, other cultures. We have to learn how to tolerate. At one time, all the English women were covered up right to the toe.
But if it comes to a choice, where do you want your country, Malaysia, to be?
We are
on the side of Western values or on the side of...
No, we are not making any choices about Western or Eastern. We have our own set of values. Some of them are derived perhaps from Western sources. Some are from our own original beliefs and understandings.
Dr. Mahathir, thank you very much indeed for joining me. Thank you.
You're welcome.